Meet Rose, a 25-year-old healthy female expecting mother. Through her journey of pregnancy into her second trimester, it has been uneventful, which has been beautiful in its own way.
I'm super excited. Everything has been progressing well, with no major difficulties, but something felt a little weird these past weeks at my 20-week ultrasound. I have started feeling really tired, and I feel like the unusual movements I feel from the baby have decreased over the past few weeks.
Unexpected changes worry Rose, and she begins to notice more and more signs. Her peaceful pregnancy journey is now changing course, and Rose is forced to take action.
I need to get answers to why these changes are happening. I can't wait until my next appointment at 28-week mark. I need to do something now.
Worrying for the worst, Rose begins to note down all of her symptoms and sets up a consultation with her obstetrician, hoping to solve everything and return to the peaceful path of pregnancy.
Good afternoon, Rose. What brings you in today? You look worried. Has something changed recently?
Hello, Dr. O. Over the past few weeks, I've started to notice some changes and just wanted to check in with you.
Okay, Rose. It's a good thing you came in. It's always good to look into any changes. What have you been experiencing recently?
Recently, I've been feeling very tired. I almost always feel fatigued more than usual, and I feel like the baby hasn't been moving as much either. I have felt a lot of pressure near my liver, and my glands seem to be more swollen than normal. On top of this, I've had a fever and a sore throat too.
Well, good thing you came in today, Rose. We're going to run a few tests and figure out what's causing all of this so late into the pregnancy.
The obstetrician performs an ultrasound on Rose. The ultrasound is a medical imaging technique which creates images of internal body structures using high-frequency sound waves. Using this, the obstetrician can get a good look at what is going on with Rose's baby.
Rose, during the ultrasound, we found a slight abnormality in the brain development of your baby. Abnormal fluid patterns near the ventricle suggest periventricular hyperechogenicity and possible intraventricular adhesions with abnormalities inside the ventricles.
What does this mean? Why did this happen? What is wrong with me?
Well, we can't conclude what exactly is happening right now, so I'm going to send you to complete another test to determine exactly what's going on.
The obstetrician sends Rose to complete an amniocentesis. Amniocentesis is a procedure where a small amount of amniotic fluid is extracted from the amniotic sac surrounding the fetus. The sample contains fetal cells and is used to determine any abnormalities through a series of tests.
All right, Rose. Using the sample from the amniocentesis, I'm going to send you another doctor to interpret the results. The doctor is going to complete a polymerase chain reaction test to detect the presence of any infections.
Dr. O has sent Rose's amniocentesis results to be used in a PCR test. A PCR test is used to analyze DNA through a sequence of copying segments and detecting specific genetic materials which are used as diagnostic factors. In the case of Rose, the PCR test is used to determine if CMV is present.
Rose, we have reviewed the PCR test. Unfortunately, there was presence of CMV DNA, which confirms the presence of CMV developing in the fetus.
What does that mean, doctor?
The PCR test and also the staining and morphology analysis we conducted, we confirmed the presence of a CMV infection using electron microscopy. CMV has distinct characteristics of linear double-stranded viral genome and a viral capsid, which were seen unfortunately confirming the live CMV infection.
Staining and morphology testing help identify physical characteristics of viruses through amniotic fluid and the use of electron microscopy. This is crucial for accurate diagnosis.
We also performed a viral culture and serology test on the amniotic fluid collected. The viral culture test can help us isolate CMV virus, and serology looks for certain antibodies to determine the CMV infection.
What are the next steps we need to take?
We are working on processing the serology test before we can move forward. The serology will give us information about the immune system response to CMV. Once we have the results, we will determine the next steps as the infection progresses.
What does this all mean for my baby?
The presence of CMV in the amniotic fluid tells us that your baby is currently experiencing an active CMV infection. When serology tests are completed, we will follow up with future plans.
CMV, although common, is an incredibly difficult infection to treat. Understanding the baby's immune response through serology testing is important for determining the best course of action to manage the CMV infection.
Rose, unfortunately, the test results indicated that you indeed have CMV infection.
What does this mean for my child, and how did I get it?
The virus was inactive in your body until you became pregnant, which unfortunately is not uncommon. Approximately 1 in 200 babies are affected by congenital CMV. The virus, which was inactive in your body, became active and crossed the placenta, which infected the developing fetus and caused these symptoms you're experiencing. The initial exposure can lead to many developmental problems.
Will my baby be okay?
I wish I could say with certainty everything will be okay. However, CMV can result in long-term disabilities in infected babies. These include limited cognitive functions, hearing loss, vision problems, and underdeveloped motor skills are seen in most cases of CMV. We will have to monitor your baby for these indicators of developmental problems after birth, since there is no way of knowing right now.
What are the treatment options?
The obstetrician will guide you through the process of treating CMV. Careful monitoring and support for the baby's specific needs is the best management for CMV. Working with the healthcare team closely will help develop the best treatment plan specific for your baby.
Congenital CMV is a major health concern, and early diagnosis and intervention are key to managing impacts on the developing baby. An obstetrician-led healthcare team will provide guidance to Rose and support her through the treatment of this infection.
Rose, with confirmation of a CMV infection, there is no antiviral treatment during the pregnancy. Our focus during your pregnancy will revolve around close monitoring and continuous checkups. Once the baby is born, we will contact the pediatric specialist for neonatal care as well as for follow-up appointments ensuring normal development.
What do I need to do then?
Well, continue to monitor any changes and update us on any new developments.
Doctor, something seems different during my past few checkups.
Yes, you're right. It appears the baby is showing signs of hearing loss and developmental delays.
What do we do now?
We need to use an antiviral medication to try and treat the infection. Our options are ganciclovir or valganciclovir, but there are many potential side effects for both.
Antiviral treatments are used in cases where the baby begins to show symptoms of CMV-related complications. Treatment choice is based on the severity of the baby, which is determined by the healthcare team. Evaluation through the treatment process leads to the best treatment course with minimal side effects.
Given the severe symptoms we've already been shown, ganciclovir will be used for the treatment. Ganciclovir is a strong antiviral medication used to help clear CMV infections. However, it has many side effects, including potential kidney, liver, and intestinal damages.
Experience with congenital CMV, the need for new policies addressing the impact this virus can have on infants and families must be highlighted.
I'm here to share my story and speak upon the importance of public health awareness and education. Expected mothers need to be informed about risks and consequences and learn about prevention tactics.
Early detection through frequent screening and timely reactions greatly increase odds for healthy child development. Families should feel supported through these processes and should be provided assistance to learn how to deal with this virus and access specialist services when needed.
Ongoing research needs more support in finding antiviral treatments and vaccines. Inclusive education and accessibility for children affected by CMV should be incorporated.
Supporting mothers of those with CMV through counseling and financial care helps reduce strain on children with disabilities, while informed and trained healthcare workers are needed to ensure the best support is provided.
Organizations and networks which advocate our case are essential for spread of awareness and for providing support to families affected by disabilities. Through these steps, we can work together to build a more inclusive society and reduce the impact of CMV on infants and parents.